Hi everyone, Mike here from the team at DIYAquapros.com. Check out our website for a huge list of do-it-yourself projects, aquarium science videos, and free downloadable content. Subscribe to our channel and like our Facebook page to stay updated. Today, we're going to show you how to make your own hang-on back filter for the aquarium. HOB filters are undoubtedly the most commonly used filter and happen to be a favorite here at DIY Aquapros. It's for these reasons we came up with a design of our own. Let's get into the build.
For this project, you'll need a certain style of Tupperware container. We're using one that's meant for cereal or other types of dry goods that's 10 inches tall, 10 inches wide, and 5 inches deep. You'll also need to construct a wooden clamp to hang over the edge of your aquarium. We use some pieces of 1/2-inch plywood held together by 4 1-inch wood screws. The most critical dimension of this piece is the width of the clamp that will hang over the lip of your aquarium. For the majority of tanks, a 1-inch gap will work perfectly. You'll also need a power head to run your filter. We're using one that's rated close to 200 gallons per hour. You need some 1/2-inch PVC pipe so you can construct an intake for the filter. We've showed you how to make this piece in a previous video, so we won't go into detail. You need a 1/2-inch cap and a 90-degree street elbow to make this piece complete. You'll also need a short piece of tubing that can fit over the intake of your power head. We'll be using this piece to connect the power head to the intake of our filter. The piece we're using is 5/8 by 7/8 inch vinyl tubing. You need a short 2-inch piece of 1/2-inch PVC pipe, a 1/2-inch 45-degree elbow, 2 female adapters, 1 male adapter, 3 3/4-inch O-rings, some 100% silicone, 2 1.5-inch screws with lock nuts, and a 1/2-inch bulkhead. We were able to find this piece, ironically, in the electrical fittings section of our local hardware store. Last, you'll need some biological media and a piece of filter padding to wrap over your intake. We're choosing to use ceramic rings and bio balls, but you can use any type of biomedia you prefer. Start by marking a line about 3.5 inches from the top of the container. This is where we'll position our clamp later in the video. Then, trace out 2 holes on either side of this line about 2 inches from the top of the container. This is where we'll fit in our bulkhead and male adapter. Then we drill out each circle with a 3/4-inch drill bit. Next, take your bulkhead and thread it through one of the holes. Make sure the hose fitting side is on the inside of the container. We then place a rubber O-ring around the threads and screw on a female adapter. It's at this point you may wish to assemble your intake. We wrap a piece of filter padding around the intake holes and secure it in place with 2 pieces of fishing line. We'll simply plug in this intake when we're done making all the other fittings. We then place a rubber O-ring around the threads on the male adapter and screw it into the remaining hole. Place another O-ring around the outside and screw on the last female adapter. Next, we drill out 2 small pilot holes where we'll eventually place our metal screws. Line this piece up with the mark we drew previously and using the same drill bit, drill through the container. Then we put in the 2 screws and attach it to the container. Use the small lock nuts to hold this piece in place. To prevent leaks and the metal from reacting with the water in our filter, we're going to cover both of these screws completely with silicone. 24 hours later, after the silicone is dried completely, we're now ready to attach our power head. Plug one end of the tubing into the intake of your power head and place it in the bottom of the filter. Then connect it to the bulkhead. Now we're ready to add our media. We start by putting bio balls in the bottom and we top it off with ceramic rings. Make sure the media level is below the level of the output so we don't clog up our filter. We then take the 2-inch piece of PVC pipe we cut earlier and plug one end into the 45-degree elbow and the other end into the output of the filter. The last step involves plugging in the intake to the filter. And now our hang-on back filter is complete, so let's put it in a tank and see how it works. We start by placing the HOB filter over the back of our aquarium. Make sure the inside of the clamp doesn't touch the water. To prime the filter, fill it with aquarium water until it begins to pour out the output. Plug in your power head, and water will be pulled through the input we created. This initial step provides mechanical filtration, with the entire hang-on back portion serving as our biological step. Note that the 1/2 inch output we created is matched perfectly with our 200 gallons per hour power head. If you're using a stronger pump, you may require a 3/4 inch or even a 1 inch output to prevent an overflow. We're going to make a few different versions of this filter to accommodate stronger pumps, so stay tuned.
Ready for the next project? Or how about some aquarium science? Head to DIYAquapros.com for the full experience. Thanks for watching.